Oh, man. Come on, Larry.
Go ahead with questions when you're ready.
All right. All right. So scrimmage one, tough day, tough day, tough couple days. Yesterday was a true old-fashioned Derby day. Just hot, and the guys had to really push through. It was a double day for us. Came back last night, and then right back in here early this morning. So this is a tough little stretch for them mentally, but that's all part of them, growing and developing and maturing. The type of mental toughness that you got to have to go with the physical toughness. And but a lot of good work today. Pretty much all good on good all day. Got a lot of special teams mixed in as well. So this is our first preseason game, if you will. We get two basically today, and then we'll go again next Thursday as a true preseason game. Like, let's go play football. So, we've had some. We didn't get into pads until Wednesday. We had a little bit of live, but this was the first day where it's all live. So, there was some good and some bad, like there always is. It's never as good as you think it is, never as bad as you think it is on this first day. But a lot of things to be encouraged by, some individual guys, but still a long way to go. We got a lot of work to do. Now we got 3 weeks until we play on this very day. So, not anywhere what we need to be. But, this is just the next step for us in our preparation process of going to play. Now let's go study the film and see how we can get better from it.
You said you had a lot of guys individually did some things. Can you mention who some of those guys were?
Well, it's both sides. I mean, we had a bunch of guys on both sides that flashed. I thought we did some good stuff with some of the guys that you think, and then there was a couple guys that I thought made some mistakes, defensively in particular, that mistakes they shouldn't make. A couple of busts. We had a big missed tackle in the open field, led to a big play. But there was good on both sides from lots of guys. Did have a couple takeaways. Khalil had a takeaway. Ricardo had one. It's good to see that. Had a couple sacks. But just overall defensively, I just thought we were too undisciplined. Too many penalties, too offsides. Again, it's a different game when you're not scripting things and you're really just playing in the rhythm of a series, and then you got ACC officials and true game feel, and it's every play's live. So, just a little undisciplined, I thought, from a penalty standpoint, and type of penalties that get you beat, jumping off sides and stuff like that. But offensively, a lot of good things. I mean, I thought all of our backs ran well, and I thought our OL. If I had to just say who won the day, I'd say the OL won the day. I'm really pleased with how they've performed to this point, and then I was anxious to see them go today, and I thought they came right out, opening drive, touchdown drive, and I thought Cade had an outstanding day. He's had a really good camp, and today was really good. CV's had a really good camp, and he did some really good things today as well. And Trent, same thing. He missed a few plays that he wants to have back, but he always responds too. So we're doing a good job there. Our receivers, a bunch of guys flashed there. Same thing at tight end. So I saw us finish on some plays that we need to finish on. There was a couple others that you'd like to see us make. But again, some good, some bad. Same thing in the kicking game. Some things we got to clean up, but we got all phases worked, and got a lot of work built into that just naturally happened within the scrimmage. And then we got some just true, created a couple special team situations that we needed to work on as well.
Does it feel like this offense has taken some important steps over the last few days?
Well, they're older. They're more mature. I mean, it's called football. It's development. You've got Tristan Lee is a fourth-year player now. He's a second-year starter. If you're made of the right stuff and you have pride in your performance, you get better. We're so quick to judge young players, and Walker Parks is back. Marcus Tate is a fourth-year senior. He's not a freshman. Blake Miller is a third-year starter. So we're just deeper. Trent Howard is a fifth-year senior that has started for us. Harris Sewell is not a true freshman anymore. He's played a whole year. He started some games. Colin Sadler is, a starter for us. I mean, we've got just more guys that have played a lot of football. And so you should be better. I mean, it's not a surprise. Just like it's not a surprise sometimes when you have some young guys that you have an account on that maybe have to go through a few growing pains. Maffa has been really good. I'm really pleased with the tight ends. Those guys, especially we've kind of limited Brenny this week, working him back in. He should be ready to go Monday, but it's been good for those other guys to see those other guys step up. I'm really proud of all the receivers. We've got a lot of competition there. That's making everybody better. It's been a lot of fun to see that. But they're just, and then year 2 with Coach Riley, all you can go on is practice. I mean, they're just got more experienced guys, and we're playing with a little bit more identity, a little bit more consistency than we were this time last year. So we still aren't, they're not going. We're not the Dallas Cowboys or anything just yet, but we're certainly better at this point than we were, last year from just a consistency standpoint.
Coach, do you feel like Cole Turner has gotten back to where he was physically since before the injury, and is he maybe even better as a player now?
Oh man, yeah, same thing. He's on his 3rd year. He hasn't been able to play. He played at the end of the freshman year. He went into the season as a starter last year, and he played a game and a quarter or whatever it was. He's out for the year, and so he's he definitely makes us different. And he's another guy that had a good first 3 days, and then he had got a little banged up, and we just got him back today. We just kind of limited him today, but just being smart with him. But there's no question. I mean, he's into his 3rd year. He's a redshirt sophomore. Technically, he could be a redshirt freshman because he could get the year back from last year if he wanted to. But he brings a lot. He's a really fast dude, and plays with a lot of confidence and good ball skills. So it's a deep group. It's a deep group. We got a lot of options at that position.
As you said, the backs played well, I guess, but beyond Maffa, who's
Yeah, they're all doing their thing, man. Jarvis is still out right now. He's going to be on kind of that day-to-day mode with him. But all those guys. Keith had a big, huge touchdown run today. Broke a tackle in the open field. He kind of does what he does. I mean, he's a big, strong, physical kid, and then he's just kind of different than all those other guys. And then Jay and Eazy-E, man, they've made big strides. So it's a lot of fun. It's a fun group. It's a good situation. Hopefully, if the good Lord will bless us and we keep Maffa healthy, we have a good situation to be able to really develop those guys into what we think they can be. But they'll add a lot to us. And again, it's a group. I mean, it's not like one guy is just, they're all really doing their thing right now. They're making mistakes too, but I like what I see from those 3 guys that are getting those reps. So it's turning into a pretty good little group.
Big day for the freshmen. What did you see out of the freshman class today? It's a big event for them today.
Yeah, it's the first time for these guys that just got in here. Obviously, we had a bunch. Most of these guys were here in January, so they got a lot of scrimmages. They got a spring game, So just a few guys like Ashton Hampton, TJ Mayo, CJ Cooper Taylor, I think was maybe the other one. So it's like four guys or so, and a few preferred walk-on guys that came in that got their first scrimmage. But most of the other guys, they've already had a spring game, got exposed to it. But it's good to see those guys get out there. Maybe a couple of them got exposed pretty easily. My big Mayo, he's going to be a good one. But he got to cover when he's got a peel call. He's got to cover the back. He gave up about a 40-yard play today. But, he's just out there flying around. He's a big, good-looking kid. But you gotta have your eyes on your work, right? You gotta know the call and you gotta know what you're doing. But that's what you go practice for. He's a guy that just got here, and he'll learn from that. So you got to know the call. You got to know what your assignment is to be able to get on the field.
Coach Christian told me a few weeks ago that Wesco actually beat Nate Wiggins in the Flying Tens, but he's gained 10 pounds of muscle. Have you seen him maintain that speed?
Yeah. He's been just, steady Eddie, man. I mean, he's just a very consistent guy. He doesn't carry himself like a freshman. He's a very mature young player. He's right there in the mix. We got a group of probably 6 guys that could start. They're kind of all 1A, and it's, you know, they all can start. 5 of them have started. You know, Wesco obviously hasn't started, he just got here, but kind of got a group of 6 that are, I mean, you know, any of those guys can start for us. And I think all of them, it's a deep group that it's very competitive. And then we, you know, that 7th and 8th guy, you know, how that's going to shake out. But Wesco, I mean, he's just a kid that's not too big for, and it's a really good situation to be able to roll some guys and not have any drop off, and really, you know, just be able to keep playing and not even have to worry about who's in the game in some of these cases. We got some good skill at that position. But I'm proud of him. He had another good day today. Just makes plays, and he just keeps progressing. But yeah, he's a fast kid. You know, probably Cole's probably the fastest on the team, but they're probably right there together.
What are you seeing at the competition for a center?
Good battle. I mean, you know, continues on. They're just stacking days. Really pleased with Linthicum and Harris. You know, they're taking a ton of the reps, and then we're rolling Trent's working at guard and center. So we feel like you know, we could go play with all 3 of those guys. You know, and we really truly feel that. So that's a nice battle. That's kind of day to day, and they just got to keep stacking days, keep competing. But you know, I'm not disappointed in them.
Any update on Jaden Lucas? I guess he was in Green.
Yeah, he's out right now, but we should get him back. You know, here pretty soon. He'll be day to day.
I guess that you come out of the scrimmage pretty healthy.
Got a couple guys got banged up, which that